ANC, and he has obviously been elected in that award. Shabier, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Juma Mubarak, and welcome.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, Inayat, am I on already?
Yes, you are on. Welcome and Jazakallah for joining us this morning. And upfront, we'd like to say congratulations to you on being elected.
Jazakallah so much, Inayat, for that. I also like to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all your listeners.
Yes, now, Shabier, obviously, you've been a community man and for a very, very long time. And Alhamdulillah, having been elected as the ward councillor, the people of Azaadville have spoken. They've gone to the polls. They've put your name on the ballot box. And what does this mean to you personally, being elected as the ward councillor?
So, Inayat, the support from community is very, very much appreciated. And I always remind ourselves, in particular, in that Azaadville is part of a section in Rictville. So Azaadville currently makes up about 48% of the voter population, and the Rictville area makes up about 52% of the voter population. So whatever applies to Azaadville also applies to Rictville, and the level of communication and the level of satisfaction, inshallah, in the entire ward is a reflection of a level of confidence which people seem to have in the ability of the councillor to lead this particular ward.
Well, certainly, and also I think what is important looking at local government elections is to know who you are voting for. Someone who is close to a community, someone who understands the community, someone who can address the issues like service delivery, the day-to-day bread and butter issues. And I suppose this is where people like yourself have got a major role to play, because you understand the needs and what the community really wants.
No, absolutely correct. In our space, the councillors, we don't act. I don't act as an individual. I have support base from various organizations, various structures. So there's a continuous engagement at community level. There's a 24-hour basically engagement. We have social structures, we have security structures, we have other relief organizations. We have, plenty engagement opportunities within communities, both in Azaadville and Rictville. And that at the end of the day helps to enhance, the services of communities, keeps our ears to the ground, and then we appreciate community needs. And most of all, because we live within the community, it makes it so much easier to communicate and to resolve issues at the basis before it actually escalates into something much bigger.
Shabier, obviously, we're talking at a local level, but just looking at the ANC, and you are with the ANC, and we see the disappointment with the ANC, where nationally now we've seen the party dipping under the 50% mark. Just your thoughts on these setbacks that the ANC has suffered in this election?
Of course, I concur exactly with what you're saying. I appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate what national media is portraying out there, which is the results to show it as a reality. There is obviously a imbalance or something differently within the space. And I'm saying at local level, communities need to take charge. Communities need to be active. And I know there are plenty of community members, there are plenty of activists. And it's just unfortunate that activists are not playing political roles, whereas in many cases we have politicians that aren't able to play activist roles. So there is a ironical situation between what communities expect and what politicians are able to deliver. So to find that sensitive balance, I think, is key in the way we approach things. So Alhamdulillah, I think in the Azaadville community, our level of participation, our level of taking charge, our level of emphasizing back to basics has gone a long way, and people in this space appreciate and understand that we need to be governed by someone or the other, and if we do not take charge and we do not play that active role within the major political parties, we're going to be left out anyway.
Yes, and just now that you have been elected and going forward, just looking at some of the key issues that you hope to address, what will some of those issues be? And also, are there any challenges that are associated with what you intend doing?
Of course. So the first thing we need to obviously enhance and strengthen is a formal structures. Now, the formal structures will mean what we call as ward councillors. We are supposed to have been supported by what we call ward committees. So these ward committees will represent, as I was indicating earlier, many of the various departments will then be influenced by particular ward committees. And these ward committees serve as observers and note makers and note takers at grassroots level. These are then communicated to municipalities through the MMCs and eventually to the executive team at Mogale City or at any particular government. So the basic function of the councillor will then be to ensure that level of communication, people's needs are recorded, people's needs are then communicated to higher authority, higher management, and the management then needs to implement. So if that communication channel is broken or there's no particular communication, then it causes a delay in terms of service delivery. So Azaadville and Rietville, fortunately, taking a step further, we're now going to try and exert more pressure on local government at Mogale City to ensure that the level of services are definitely improved. And it can only improve, wallahi, with the assistance of community and with the continuous pressure which they put on management to ensure that ratepayers in particular are looked after and the level of services improve, inshallah.
Well, inshallah, Jazakallah khairan for that and for taking time out this morning, talking to us this morning, Shabier. And we wish you all the best, inshallah. Have yourself a wonderful Jummah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam and Jummah Mubarak to all the listeners and to yourself as well, Inayat. Jazakallah for the opportunity.
Shabier Dhabelia, ANC Ward Councillor, elected in Azaadville, just his thoughts on being the Ward Councillor and also where to from here. The time is just gone 8:46. We come back. We'll be joined, Juma Nasiha, it is Maulana Abdullah Khan from the KwaZulu-Natal Jamiatul Ulama.
Every 60 seconds, a silent pandemic claims the life of a child. Unsafe water is having a devastating global impact on health and livelihoods. Islamic Relief is at the forefront, providing clean and safe water to vulnerable communities around the world. Our tailored approach to sustainable water solutions enable families not just to survive, but to thrive, ensuring they stay healthy and safe. Give water, give life with Islamic Relief. Every 60 seconds, a silent pandemic claims the life of a child. Unsafe water is having a devastating global impact on health and livelihoods. Islamic Relief is at the forefront, providing clean and safe water to